Hey you guys, welcome to Friday. You already know what it means. It's going to be Old Format Friday. Today we're going to be taking a look at my Chaos Control deck for the September 2011 format. It's pretty cool. I really like the deck. It's actually pretty close to a deck that I ran back at that time, but now with a few more ideas, a little bit more experience put into it. But before we get into that, please be sure to give this video a like, thumbs up. Be sure to comment. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. That really would make me feel happy. Down in the description, I've launched a Patreon. All the information you need to know about the different tiers are there. If you have any additional questions about the Patreon or anything else going on with the channel, feel free to email me at ygodubk@gmail.com. I'll be happy to answer any and all questions that you have. And one final thing, last night was our first fireside chat. That's what we're calling. Don't ask any questions. That's just what we're calling it right now for the grown folk. And man, it was pretty fucking fun. I'm not gonna lie. We had some drinks, had some smoke. Just a bunch of grown men just talking about stuff. We talked about Yugioh. We talked about engineering. We talked about 3D printers. Yeah, it was like all over the place. It was like structured. We like went topic by topic, kind of went around and like everybody introduced themselves, and everybody just kind of like spent a bit of time talking about their interests and their future and their past, and it was amazing. I had a great time, and everybody in the chat, we kind of walked away just with feeling amazing. So with that being said, enjoy the video, and we'll see you later. Hey, welcome back. This is Old Format Friday. So as you can see, look at that sexiness. 2011. So this is going to be, of course, September 2011 format. I used to call it like hammer nail. This is kind of like a modified, but this is going to be chaos control. So we'll start off with the bosses, chaos monsters there, BLS, and 2 chaos sorcerers. Again, chaos control. Start off there. And then our light monsters. We got 1 Veiler. I'm going to tell you about the ratios here in a second. Cyber Dragon, 2 T-Kings, and 1, 2, 3-dimensional alchemists. All right, so 1 Veiler. To be honest, if you guys have played extensively in this format, people are either playing the Tengu plant, in which Maxi is like a decent card, or they're playing something else. So all in all, hand traps tend to be really, really bad. Like a clutch Veiler can win you the game. Same with like a clutch DD Crow. People are playing through Max C. A lot of people are just avoiding playing. Everybody's like playing beat Tengu Plant instead of playing Tengu Plant itself. So this is one of the reasons why I always liked, even back at that time, I liked Chaos Control because of the big beaters I could run, and then the aggression and recyclability. The Dimensional Alchemist, flip the top card, banish it. When you drop one of your Chaos monsters and banish them, later on your Dimensional Alchemist gets you a free card, so you just keep your advantage rolling that way. And of course, Thunder Kings is a solid normal summon, along with Cyber Dragon, just for beaters. Next, of course, the intermediate card. That's not a chaos monster, but he offers some stability and allows you to set up for a turn. A lot of times you can just normal summon Tengu and kind of sit on that until you can start setting up your plays. And so that's why this guy is good here. To tell you the truth, I was playing Pot of Duality in place of the 3 Tengu, but the deck was too slow, and I found myself losing momentum a lot of times. Then, of course, probably one of the stars of the format, 3 Tour Guide and Sangan. Funny enough, if you were cheeky enough, there's actually one of the chess piece Archfiends. I don't remember its name, but it's a light fiend. And at one time, I was playing that in addition to Sangan, so you could go Tour Guide into the chess piece Archfiend, overlay, detach the chess piece Archfiend, and have an automatic light in a graveyard. but drawing on its own is just balls. It's like 1100 attack, 1800 defense, and if it's face up, you burn yourself. So too gimmicky, for my opinion. Then my tuners. Got one Birdman. Birdman's pretty cool because he allows you to bounce a couple cards I got coming up. He's like special summon tuner, level 3, and then Gale outs anything 2600 attack and below, and just pretty good. It also removes Spirit Reaper from the board. And then finally, my big dark monsters. I got the one of Gores and 2 Caius. So Birdman, if you have a Caius from a previous turn, bounce your Caius, special summon Birdman, and then tribute it, and make your plays that way. Bounce your Gores, and save it for another turn. Bounce your Chaos Sorcerer. All right, so spells: 2 MST, Reborn, Book of Moon, Gold Sark can banish Heavy Storm or Pot of Avarice, or banish BLS. This is a toolbox. A lot of people don't play it because I think at the time it was like a prize card and hard to get, but it was a legal card and people were playing it during that time. Next up, the one of Lure of Darkness. You have Dimensional Alchemist to get back your banished darks, one of Dark Hole, and a one of Mind Control. You have tuners, you have level 4s, you have level 3s, so you can clear their monsters out the way, synchro or exceed them away. And then the trap lineup with more of the control that we spoke about: 2 Deep Prison, Torrential Tribute, and Mirror Force. And then the Almighty Dust Shoot, Solemn Judgment, and 2 Solemn Warning. Call the Haunted, you would think would be pretty good, with Dimensional Alchemist and Sanguine, getting those back and then getting the advantage off of those cards. But I wanted consistency. Call the Haunted just seeing balls without setup, whereas these cards, whereas these cards have the potential to be live at all times. Dust Shoot is the only exception, but the power of Dust Shoot is so great, I'm willing to draw it dead in exchange for the times when I draw it early and it just blows my opponent out. And finally, the extra deck. I've played Monster Reborn, so that's how I'm making Catastor. If you're saying, how are you ever making Catastor? Monster Reborn, it's only level 5. Then my level 6s, Orient Dragon and Bionic. My level 7s, Armor Master, of course, and Black Rose Dragon. Level 8s, we got Megatron. I have a subscriber that'll be happy to see that. Scrap Dragon. I think Yugioh Paisano just made a market watch about this, about first edition Ulti Scrap Dragon. So I was happy to see that. And then Stardust, those are my level 8s. And then my level 9s, of course, Trishula. It's kind of hard to make. I would have to go 3 level 3s to make it, or Mind Control something and then make it, or Monster Reborn. But again, it's such a powerhouse that I couldn't not play it, And then finally, the Gain Train, RX Gen X Locomotion. So the ideal is you go Caius, tribute Tengu, remove something from the field, the other Tengu comes out, then Birdman, return Tengu to hand, get the last Tengu out of deck, and then Caius plus Birdman goes into Gain Train and steal one of your opponent's monsters. And it doesn't target, so they have to respond on the effect. And it's pretty good. It could easily be something else. You could play something more practical, but I absolutely love this card. And plus, it's just stunning. The DT version of this card, the artwork, in my opinion, is so badass that I just can't help but play it. And then my Xyz, much to be desired. You could play others. Because currently I'm playing two Leviers. I can't find my Steel Swarm Roach, but I would definitely suggest playing Roach over the second Levier, because you have pot of avarice to recycle it, and the Levier may not come up as often, but that could easily be Roach, Utopia, then your Levier, and then your Leviathan. Shout out. I wish I had the Ghost, but I got the Ulti First Ed. It's kind of clean. And then finally, of course, your Chimera Tech for your Cyber Dragon. And then in terms of side deck, you pretty much just build it for whatever. Since this is an imaginary format, no longer exists. The side decks aren't really important unless you're going to play like in a 2011 themed tournament, and then you would just adjust accordingly. But if you're just playing with your boys, if you're playing fun games with your friends and you're side decking, you guys got more things going on than I care to talk about right now. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any suggestions, how you would change the deck, or if you'd like to share some builds of your own for this format, leave them down in the comment section below. I'd be happy to read them and happy to respond. Remember, again, you can always email me at ygodubk@gmail.com. Peace out, guys.